Good afternoon. This is a CBS2 update. I'm Dana Tyler. A death investigation in the Bronx. Police say the 40-year-old victim worked for Con Ed for the last 14 years and that he's the star of a popular YouTube show. Here's CBS2's Mark Liverman.
To lose them is just terribly devastating.
The pain still so raw for Calvin Kennedy. His friend, 40-year-old Tyrone Fleming, found stabbed in the back. Police say he never showed up to his job as a Con Ed utility worker and mechanic. His friends got worried and called Fleming's family. It wasn't until his fiancée went to check on him that she found his lifeless body blocking the front door.
I saw at 5:30 when the cops came and everything came and the family found out. It wasn't nice. It was scary.
A neighbor lights a candle and places it next to the rest of them. Police still looking for clues, working to find Fleming's killer.
Yeah, that's scary. They could be anywhere right now.
The victim was also known to appear on 848, a YouTube crime drama series that sometimes had close to 100,000 views per episode. The series featured violence, but that's not the kind of person Kennedy says Fleming really was.
Very friendly, very open, didn't judge, didn't care what you were, who you lived, what kind of lifestyle you had. Very amazing individual. But I know he's in a better place now.
Police don't have a motive, but they do have unreleased video of a man wearing dark clothes entering the victim's apartment. They say the suspect may have exited through a window. No signs of forced entry. Police think the victim may have known his killer. I asked his friend if he thought the killing was related to that YouTube series.
He was a good dude. Like, he went to work, you know, take care of his business, his kids. So I doubt it was about any of that. So hopefully it was not.
An update now on the death of designer Kate Spade. The medical examiner has confirmed that her cause of death was hanging, calling it a suicide. The 55-year-old's body was found in her apartment on Park Avenue Tuesday morning. Spade's husband, Andy, speaking publicly for the first time since his wife's death, acknowledged that Spade battled from mental health problems, calling her death, quote, a complete shock. Just days after the death of Kate Spade, a newly released study finds suicide rates are on the rise. The Centers for Disease Control says suicide rates in nearly every state have gone up nearly 30% since 1999. In 2016 alone, nearly 45,000 Americans aged 10 or older died by suicide, which is now the 10th leading cause of death. Researchers say many factors contribute to suicide, but found more than half of those who died that way had not been diagnosed with a mental health condition. The MTA has teamed up with the navigation app Waze to debut a new alert system for drivers approaching train tracks. The alerts are now live at 10 pilot LIRR train crossings. Long Island Railroad officials say there have been 21 incidents so far this year of cars turning onto tracks due to confusion or distraction from navigation systems. Eventually, all 296 LIRR crossings will be live on the Waze app. The MTA also hopes to start a similar program with Metro North's railroad system. PATH commuters took their frustration to social media after another morning of delays. Officials say those delays are part of growing pains as they make the necessary upgrades to make the rail system safer. Here's CBS 2's Dave Carlin with more from Jersey City.
The latest PATH alert that service is back to normal after a morning of delays. 4 mornings in a row of delays, and we spoke to the chief of PATH in the offices behind me, and he says there is a very big reason.
It's been horrendous.
So far this week, big crowds, delayed trains, and confusion for PATH train service. Riders taking to social media as day after day since Monday, delay alerts and cross-honoring announcements rolling in.
I leave at the normal time and I get to work late. And all these delays, granted, is because of positive train control, but they're not notifying anybody.
You have trains that are here waiting at the platform for more than 15 to 20 minutes before they pull out the train.
The delays the last couple of days have been because of this new system talking to the old system.
In this exclusive interview with PATH Director and General Manager Michael Marino, he owns the delays, recognizing the problem as a side effect of the federally mandated shift to positive train control technology. What we were seeing here, were they hiccups, were they growing pains, or problems that were anticipated?
We anticipated problems because of the technology. Monday was the first day. We cut the system over Monday morning at 5 o'clock. It's like going from a rotary telephone to an iPhone. and the learning curve in that, not only for our employees, but also for our passengers.
Here are some path facts. 300,000 daily riders on 13.8 miles of track, only 2 of them, 1 track in, 1 track out. The new system should be fully installed by the end of the year.
We heard this term before, summer of hell. Do you think it will be a summer of hell for PATH?
I feel secure that this will not be the summer of hell.
Marino says his team got the word out to the public over the past year about the switch over to positive train control technology, but concedes that maybe the communication could have been stronger on Monday. In Jersey City, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
In our Health Watch, a new blood test could help doctors detect different kinds of cancers early. It's known as a liquid biopsy. It detects fragments of DNA in the bloodstream that have broken off from cancer cells. Researchers say the liquid biopsy can detect about 10 kinds of cancers. Many of them currently do not have good screening tests.
Our hope is, with these preliminary results, that this will be the basis of a blood test that allows us to detect these potentially lethal cancers at a much earlier stage when they're far easier to cure.
These tests are still in the research stage, and it will probably be 5 to 10 years before they're available. A consumer alert. Starbucks is about to raise prices. Starbucks says its price of a regular drip coffee is going 10 to 20 cents up this week in most U.S. stores. Right now, a tall brewed coffee is $1.95 or $2.15 in the majority of places. However, prices remain unchanged on drinks such as lattes and iced coffees in most stores. Triple Crown hopeful Justify working at Belmont Park today, getting in some practice runs ahead of Saturday's Belmont Stakes. He's looking to become the first Triple Crown winner since American Pharoah in 2015. Both horses share the same trainer, Bob Baffert. Here's some incredible video. A massive tornado swirling near Laramie, Wyoming last night. Storm spotters in the area claim this twister was on the ground for nearly an hour. Incredibly, no reports of injuries out of this tornado. Here's Elise Finch with a look at our weathercast.
Good afternoon. Well, after a day where temperatures max out in the upper 60s and low 70s for most locations, we're expecting partly cloudy skies tonight, 62 degrees, the low temperature. As we head into the day tomorrow, a different story. Partly to mostly sunny skies and a full 10 degrees warmer. Expecting a high tomorrow of 82 degrees. Enjoy it if you can. Saturday, we're likely to see some rain, definitely some clouds, 77 degrees. So that makes Sunday the better of the 2 weekend days. It will be mostly sunny with a high of 76.
Do you know if your tires need to be replaced? CBS2's Chris Martinez shows us worn tire tread could be putting you at risk on the road.
Both of these tires need to be replaced.
Dave Skane says even some tires that might look like they're in great shape could put drivers at risk. Too little tread poses a big danger.
They will not brake nearly as well.
AAA says that's especially true on wet roads. This video shows what happened during tests when a car with new tires and a car with worn tires try to stop on a slick surface. Research revealed driving on worn tires increased the average stopping distance by 43%, or more than 80 feet.
It'll be more than the length of a full-length semi-truck.
Skane recommends drivers check their tires at least once a month and says placing a quarter upside down in the tread will show if it's at a safe level. In a new tire like this, the tread should cover the top of Washington's head. In an older tire,
you put it in that groove and you can see the top of Washington's head. You know it's time to replace that tire.
AAA stresses when it comes to replacing your tires, consumers should keep in mind a higher price doesn't necessarily mean better performance. They suggest drivers do their research, check tire ratings and consumer reviews before making a purchase.
Well, a roadside emergency with a whole different tone. A traffic stop in New Jersey turned into an incredible reunion. New Jersey State Trooper Michael Patterson pulled Matthew Bailey over last week for a minor violation. And as they were talking, Patterson found out Bailey was a retired police officer from Piscataway who had delivered a baby there 27 years ago. He named the street, described the house, and said the baby's name was Michael. Yes, turns out This was the trooper who had just pulled him over. He said, "I'm Michael Patterson. Thanks for delivering me." We're meeting Trooper Patterson this afternoon. Stay tuned for that story on CBS2 News. That's your update right now. Stay with us online, on social media, and on television for the latest. I'm Dana Tyler. See you later today on TV, CBS2 News at 6. Have a nice afternoon.